right, baby. What are you gonna do, huh? Oh, there's a Rambo. Come on, Rambo boy. Oh, look. There's spooky food everywhere. All right, let Gypsy baby out. Come on, Gypsy baby, good girl. Come on. Now. Come on, Bubs. Let's get outside. Hey, Chevy key? Can't remember. All right. Well, good news is I got my Chevy key here. I got to load up with trash. Or do I take the Chevy? I don't know. Do I take the Ram? Got mixed feelings on that right now. Let's figure that out here in a second. And take a walk to the barn with the puppies in the rain. It's raining good. Wow. I mean, it's raining good here. Hey, the dogs are all going to poop. Love it. Ginger always likes to crap in the driveway. She might get her little hiney wet in the grass. So those little grass clippings touch her little hiney back there. So she always craps in the driveway. Always has, even in the concrete. And in Florida, we used to walk her, and did she go poop in the grass? She pooped on the concrete. Okay, here we go. Another day of challenges. Is it challenges? Yeah, it's challenges. If you live in this real world, every day you get out of life, every day you get out of bed, I'm sure you have challenges. It's just what challenge you want to take today, right? On the Ice Age, EV age, into something Elon Musk and Donald Trump. I mean, the media is just talking about this stuff 24/7. So for me, I just think, why do I want to talk about that? I mean, sincerely, have you all heard the never-ending lambasting of Donald Trump and Elon Musk? But come on, everybody. I like how Bob's wife, Terry, down there in Florida, yeah, I said it. It'll never, ever last. There's no way. I just couldn't see how it lasts. You just think to yourself, what was really driving Elon Musk? I mean, this is an irony to me with Elon Musk. The guy has made his fortune off of the incompetence of the general population falling for the green agenda. He has made his money off the incompetence of a government that has paid him and is still paying him. I mean, do you still realize that Elon Musk still receives millions and millions of dollars for the carbon footprint tax credits from other car manufacturers that have never gotten online of being in compliance with the fleet EPA guidelines? Do you realize that? He's still getting a ton of money. All because the government favored Elon Musk. Why did Elon Musk get the favoritism? Why is all that money being, all these manufacturers that have to pay penalties, who made the decision to give it to Tesla? Why is that? So you can start going through the list of where Elon Musk has ridden off the incompetence of the government, but yet now he's pissed as hell because of the incompetence of our government. I mean, you just can't make this. I mean, it's beyond believable, everybody. Beyond believable. And what they're saying is, I mean, you don't know what to believe anymore. You don't know what to believe because it's always a one-sided conversation for the person who wants you to favor the way they think. But what they're saying is that Elon Musk is not understanding this big, beautiful bill. The big, beautiful bill is gutting out Medicaid. It's gutting out all these people free riding off our government. If you all remember here, like 3 or 4 months ago, I talked about Medicaid and how abused it is and on how if you can find a doctor that will play the tune to you having a bad back or you're not mentally fit, to write a letter to the government and to put you in the Medicaid program where you get to sit home and get paid. Yes, and then it's subsidized or it's handled through your state. I mean, so that's one of the big bills that the Republicans are wanting to get rid of the waste, is wanting to call out all these people getting paid to sit at home that are 25, 30-year-old individuals that have capability to work. but they're in the system and the gig. They even claim that the foreign, the illegals are even into this stuff. So you start reading the bill and what's going on with the bill, and then it's the tax cuts. What's pissing off the Democratic Party is that there's going to be huge tax cuts to bring in less tax revenues to the government because of the incentives of businesses and others being rewarded. I mean, so it's like, wow. I mean, wow. For Elon Musk. And now, I mean, what is Elon Musk have a drug problem? Does he have the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde personality? I mean, doing drugs definitely creates that type of personality. I mean, it's incredible to see Elon Musk last year at this time and going to rallies, jumping up and down. Donald Trump's best friend, their buddies. I mean, all this stuff, and to see his facial expression, to see who he is now. I mean, it's truly like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So, wow. So, but now you have to say to yourself, for all the Doge stuff, where does that all go? What really ends up playing out now that Elon Musk, and I'm sure in many people's eyes, is not a stable guy? I think people saw that, whoever has money, tons of money, instantly they're looked at as being this incredibly smart person, this incredibly leader of the world. That's what happens. When people see people have tons of money, they just jump on the bandwagon that this person is incredibly smart. I mean, is Elon Musk really that smart? And, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have mixed feelings. I've always had mixed feelings about Elon Musk. I never have been an Elon Musk fan. I just always felt that he wrote off the incompetence of others. And I always call him, he was the master magician. He knew how to sell you an idea and take all your money, and then like a magician, poof, where is it? So, and then for Donald Trump, I mean, whatever. I'm not going to get on to that as well. So here we are. It's a Saturday morning. Don't really like to make these conversations real long. And I put a lot in this channel. I mean, it's a lot of talking, everybody. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I just keep going and singing my tune. And I was thinking the other day, like I said yesterday, maybe a better angle of this channel in some ways is do a live broadcast where I bring in a specific car. What ones I continue to be able to hold on to. I mean, it ain't over, man. I mean, this is such huge money to make this all work. Yeah. How much longer can you keep pushing, kicking the can down the road until eventually you just have to raise your hand and say, well, come get a few more. Yep, come get a few more. I mean, I don't know. So anyway, so I thought to myself, you bring a car in, do a live broadcast, and blah, 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 blah. But I mean, you will. One thing about this type of gig, you get worn down, you get beat up, you get tired, and then once again, the huge challenge is how you can bring people to your channel, and then just thousands of people want to see you and hear you, and that's I don't know how do you accomplish that, and then people will throw all their different ideas out of this and that, but everybody wants to do this. Problem is, this social media is, everybody wants to be a social media star. And that's the challenge. It's just like Elon Musk and Donald Trump. They always want to be in the spotlight. They always want the attention. And they get it. So, I mean, but for the most part, so many people want to get to be the person that everybody follows and watches and laughs at or gets information. Yeah, right. I mean, you think I'm the only person out there trying to build a social following that I get rewarded for just talking and sharing my life and get rewarded and paid for it? I mean, how many more people have signed up for that? And here you go. So let me just share with you, just so you guys kind of know how tough this business is. It's a business. I mean, if you don't think this is a business, then you're kidding yourself, because look at the amount of time. So I'm going to do analytics And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you monies I've made since last year. Let's see here. And what's interesting is the revenue part. I'm trying to find all this. So, but it's so funny on the accumulation of monies that it's funny as on how I see these different things, but yet then I don't see it when I'm talking to you. So it just doesn't end on me trying to figure out how this shows the cumulative revenues. Well, just doesn't, it doesn't show it. But I mean, I'll show you this here just so you kind of. So in May, I made $299. April, $190. March, $210. February, $207. January, $179. June, $95. But it's so weird. Yeah, I don't know, everybody. It just shows you all the analytics and how it all works. And so there you go. So you see a guy that works 30 days a week and is making 5, 6, 7 videos a day. Look how much money I make. I mean, to me, this is slave. This is like the kids that are over in Congo that are getting paid to work all day and making pennies. Making pennies a day. Social media, in so many ways, it's the same thing. So many people will go out like me and work their ass off, and you're just not gonna. There's not much gonna come from it. So and it's not bitching. I'm just telling you the way it is. So when you have a friend, that says, "Oh, I want to get in social media, and I'm gonna be a social media star," it's like you won't. Now, were you a professional baseball player? Were you a professional football player, hockey player? Did you make your name in a sport or car racing or acting or something that's great? And yes, if your name is Tom Brady, yeah, you'll instantly be huge on any social media that you travel their paths on. Now, dogs have disappeared. Oh, and Josh, the plumber, he texted me this morning. He's got an emergency water heater call, so he won't be here till this afternoon. But to me, I have a rain jacket, so it shouldn't be that radical to be out here doing this. But here's the pups. They're all down there, and there's no way I'm walking in the grass because I'll be covered in grass clippings. And so dogs, thank God, for me, the dogs really have come around. Gypsy's really come around. So that's a blessing. As you guys know, a week ago, I was just so ready to dump Gypsy. I was just so ready to borderline get rid of all the damn dogs. Because every day of my life, if you think this through, everybody, beginning November of last year, you go to November last year, I got up every day of my life and picked up dog crap. Yeah, think about that. Think that through. You're talking November, December. It's 2 months. We're into June. So close to 8 months of me. You guys just want to go upstairs. You can do that. I don't care. They're so programmed thinking we're going to go to work upstairs. I'm not. But you think that through. 8 months. 8 months of me every day of my life getting out of bed and being on poop duty and picking up crap every day. I mean, yeah, to the point. It's like, what? For what? For what? I mean, eventually it's like the enjoyment factor, the pain and agony is outweighing the enjoyment. So good news is me getting motivated to finally get up on that second level of that deck, clean up all those cages, and set them up in the house. And that's what I did this past week. And get them now confined to the inside. And what really drove it is me having to leave and go to Florida to go watch my mother's ceremony a week from today, June 14th. So that's what drove that motivation to get things under control so that my wife can have these dogs where she'll, not have to be picking up poop. There's just no way. Or Brian, I told Brian, you know what, hey, every morning you come into the shop, you have to spend you have to clean up all the poop and piss, and yeah, right. Nope. And then some people, well, go take my kennel. Yeah, okay. No. So, good news is, on that aspect, that's a win, right? Is that a win? I think that's a win. The Camaro Z28 is a win. That's for damn sure. And yesterday, I started playing with the Insta360 camera again. And it's so weird. It's just weird. I thought you could make video without this little thing having to be attached to your phone. Where'd I put it? Over here. But I don't know. I don't know. But I just don't like, I think those things suck. What I think is, the camera, the quality of the video to me just sucks. So, but here's the thing. Look at my channel. Look how many hours and hours of video I have me being the daredevil of riding around one-handed, videoing us riding motorcycles, one-handed, us, me, showing the ice scroll going down the road, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but at the end, you just saw the numbers. At the end, on a good month, I make $10. Do I make $10? Yeah, a good month, I make $10 a day. On a good month. And not such a good month, I'm making about $7 a day. If you factor it into 6, 7, 8 videos, basically, I guess you could say each video is worth $1 in advertising time for me spending 30 minutes to an hour sometimes on videos. So, and the reason I share this with you is, once again, it's just so you can share my story with others. You'll have a friend. I mean, I see this all the time. Oh, all my friends tell me I'm funny. I should be social media, blah, 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 blah. Da-da-da-da, dee-dee-dee-dee, do-do-do-do. What's your theme? What's your theme? Why are... You don't think there's funny people out there? There's a gazillion funny people out there. You think somebody's just going to go to your channel because you're pretty? Well, if you're a girl and you know how to play the game... if you know how to play the game, I give you guys credit, because you guys can make some money by teasing men and even women on flaunting your body. And I've always said it. Do I become the old man Chippendale Club? Yeah, do you now have to start selling your body to make money? Well, yeah, that's huge, everybody. That's huge. All right. Not a lot to talk about. Today is a little bit more challenging in some ways because it's raining out. So it'll kind of confine the activities outside to a degree. And then I got Josh coming out to do he won't want me to, I'm not going to video him, because then people will be like, wait a second, who's that guy? Yeah, his boss would be like, who do you work for? What are you doing? Come on, Pops, this isn't good. So they're little dogs. Have no idea what they're seeing, and so I don't know if they're going down to the road. No, they're going down to the pond. Yeah, and the whole road thing down there. My wife's so funny. She comes in last night and said, "Hey, my next door neighbor." Oh, just so you know, they have public meetings on this, and it's so bad. Last Saturday, when I was down at the Lucas Elementary School here to take my trash, a lady gave me a little pamphlet about this, and I lost it. I think when I put it in my pocket, it fell out, and so I never knew the date, and I forgot about it. So this past, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday, they had a meeting at the elementary school up the road from here, not here, up the road, Leesburg, on the 3 different proposals, or 4, and so the challenge that lies ahead for me in this neighborhood is, we're not an HOA neighborhood. So we don't really have, basically there's some, my neighbor up here, who's a very smart guy, he's very in tune with everything that's going on, that lives back behind me up here on the other side of the road, known him for quite a while. Yesterday he's telling me that across the road on the other side, where people like us, we'd like to see this be on the east side of Route 15, this main road, but the problem is that's a lot more houses, a lot more challenges, and you have deep pockets. You have big land owners, Falcon, he says Falcon somebody, Jack Merritt, and some other, and then the HOAs. So you have a lot of money on the other side of the road that's going to make sure it stays on this side of the road. So he's already saying on how, the odds are against us unless this whole neighborhood and other people up the road here create a fund and start hiring lawyers to start fighting this. But he said, well, the way it works for me, I told him, what I'm going to get, 20-30% value of my home. He's like, no, you get 70%. He's like, there's law on that. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, you're the front line house, so you'll get a 70% value paid to you in your home. I'm like, wow, really? Well, hell, part of me is like, we're not paying to stay here forever. So, I mean, eventually we're going to leave here. So I told my wife that last night, and her instant response was, yeah, tax value. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about that. That's like saying you're putting your house on the real estate market to sell, and your tax value is $750, but you know it's worth $1 million. Is that how it works? The realtor comes to your house and goes, okay, we just looked up the tax value. It's $750, and I know you want $1 million for it, but you get $750. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but that would be interesting. Then I was telling the wife, I said, you'd have to say that if this actually did get approved, then before they start digging and doing the ball game, in my book, they'd have to pay me now. And so like, well, why would they have to do that? They complete the road. Well, it's because if we put the house for sale before they complete the road, and the astute realtor or anybody that understands this area comes to buy my house, and they find out that the main road's coming through, instantly it's going to be worth less. So why would I have to wait until the road's completed to get my payout? Because if I want to leave now, I want my money now. So I would think once that contract's signed and it's going to be built, they would have to come to the table and pay me my money. That would only seem legal and right, because once again, if I advertise my home, and then the people come to it, go, oh, but there's going to be a major road in front of your house, so your house isn't worth that. So whatever, I'm not the expert enough by any means. So, and just sad, very sad to think that, you go now 2 years, 3 years from now, that right now as I'm standing here, all of the main road traffic is going by my house at 40, 45 miles an hour. It could be a 35 mile an hour zone through here. I have no idea. But it doesn't matter. You just say zoom, 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 everything that's coming out of New York, New Jersey, Maryland, the whole eastern seaboard, it takes this Route 15 to avoid Route 95. And that's where the real sad story is, everybody. The real road, there should have been another outer beltway built in Maryland, but the problem is that's where all the money is. So over in Maryland, where there's this massive, beautiful land in Montgomery County, years ago, they tried to get down to Dulles Airport as a main road, Route 28, that would have been the best outer beltway, outer loop, interconnector they could have built. Route 28 right over to Maryland, that would eventually go up to Frederick, Maryland, and connect into the 7270 corridor. But the Maryland side has way too much money, big money. That's where all the wealthy people live, Potomac, Maryland. You think you're going to go through Potomac, Maryland? You're going to go through the hottest pieces of property in Montgomery County, so they won't budge. But that would have been the right decision from the get-go to build a better infrastructure, but they won't do it. So now they're just going to toe heel off of this road. We're still going to be a 2-lane road, both, 2-lane road, opposing direction. And if you watch my channel, you'll see how much traffic is on this road. So nothing's going to change. The only thing's going to change is they're getting the light taken out down there. They're bypassing the main town where I live here to put on the outside of it so they can keep the traffic flow consistently moving and not get backed up at the light. That's the whole goal, is to keep the needle moving. But does it mean there's going to be less cars? No. It'll probably actually create even more cars. If the road becomes more efficient, then even more people will say, hey, you got to take that Route 15 bypass area and blah, blah, blah. Mere puppies! I don't want to get my shoes all wet, but I got to go take the garbage out. But I just like to keep the thread going, the conversations going. That's just who I am. And keep on talking and yicky yakking. That's all it is. As I live out of the camper life. So if everybody has a blessed Saturday, watch my videos. I got tons of videos. If you just like to hear me talk and give you ideas and share the adventures of living on the property with grass and the obligations and all the other good things that go along with owning a property. So That's it. Hope everybody has a blessed day. And stay tuned for more adventures on Ice Age TV. God bless.